back in the hockey game, but it's what he does after he scores the goal that enrages me. And Andrew Ference, you better get ready to open up your wallet, because this little act here after you scored the goal, your first one since 2003, isn't called for.
Bruins fans in Montreal during your career. Did you have
a wardrobe malfunction?
It was a wardrobe. I don't know if I don't think we're going to play, but what'd you do with the
It looks awful. I just saw it, and I can assure you that's not part of my repertoire. So I don't know if my glove got caught up, but no, I can assure you that's not part of who I am or what I ever have been. So it looks awful. I admit it. I completely apologize to how it looks, but I can assure you guys have covered me long enough to know that that's not part of my repertoire. I was putting my fist in the air, so I'm sorry. It does look awful. I just saw it.
The one digit didn't move.
So it was a terrible excuse, and it is actually, like, honestly, looking back, it's quite embarrassing. I should have just owned it and whatnot, but I was honestly scared to get suspended, and so I just lied, quite frankly, and it's stupid looking back on it, but in the heat of the moment, you do a lot of stupid things to win, and so now my daughter, gets Instagrammed, like all the time. All her buddies at school all play hockey, so every time it's on like funny hockey clips or whatever Instagram account, like best Selly ever, she gets like all these messages from her buddies, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, Dad."
A moment in time for Bruins fans in Montreal during your career. Did you have
a wardrobe malfunction?
It was a wardrobe. I don't know if I don't think we're going to play, but what'd you do with a certain piece? Did you keep that glove? I've never thought of asking you that. Did you keep it?
There's a funny story. I had a really good friend. He was a cop here. He actually served over in Afghanistan, and lucky enough, he's a huge Bruins fan. So he was unlucky enough to be deployed right during our cup run, and so he missed the whole thing, but like watched from the base, and he would send me updates and all this stuff. And so I actually shipped the glove over to him in perfect form. And so he was on base in Afghanistan and opened up the package. He's just dying over there. And so he got the glove, in perfect form.
That's fantastic.
He didn't have to draw a picture, did he?
No.
We knew exactly what he was talking about.
Barry was talking.
Even better part of that story is we go back to Boston, and I lived right in the North End, so the Italian neighborhood, and I go to my condo, and on the buzzer board, where you buzz in to get into the building, all these envelopes are taped to my buzzer board, and they're full of money. And so the people in the neighborhood
Pay the fine.
Pay the fine. And so there's messages like, "That was the best game ever. Go Bruins." All these things, all these great messages from my neighbors and from the people of the neighborhood.